Hey tribe, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're at. We are going to be diving in to look at the next week's messages, what might be important, what to watch out for, whatever comes through. So we're choosing from abstract art here today, and let's go. For pile number one, we have this card right here. And some of you may see images, some of you are going to just be pulled to one card more than other. But a lot of times people find resonance. Your mind shows the images you have to see. Number two. And number three. If you need some more time, stop the video right here, and I'm going to catch you in timestamps. Hello tribe, whoever has chosen pile number one, let's see what is up with you the next week, a week and a half, and I'm gonna be using the Steampunk Tarot. What needs to be highlighted? I'm just tapping into the card that you've chosen. Now, if you're waiting for information or if you're waiting for clarity and you felt like you are questioning yourself, next week and a half, you're getting information that you need. Secrets may come to light the next week, whether it be yours or someone else's. And I'm seeing someone following you. We'll see. Let's pull more cards. I don't know if you like it or not. I'm not being shown. I'm just being shown a person following the other. What is happening next week and a half that we need to know about that would be beneficial? We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Two of Cups. Let me adjust the camera slightly. Sorry for the sound. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Moon. We have the King of Cups. So what's being highlighted, bottom of the deck, by the way, we have the Two of Pentacles. What's being highlighted here, I'm seeing that this Queen of Swords, whoever resonates with the Queen of Swords energy, and you probably tend to pull Queen of Swords pretty often for yourself, or King of Swords, doesn't matter. Just very straightforward, kind of no BS type of energy. Also, you're someone who's very, very smart, a realist. I'm getting for some of you. What is happening here? I'm seeing two people trying to find a common ground. The Queen of Swords is trying to tap into her heart a little bit more, to become a little bit softer, in order to meet the King of Cups halfway, so they can build something together. Now, this could be romantic, platonic, family, does not matter. We're just being shown a connection between someone who it can be a little bit cold or can be seen as a little bit cold, depending who's watching. And we're seeing one other person who tends to be softer, is not afraid to be vulnerable. It's very natural for them to open up. And it feels like these two people are finding common ground, and it feels like this is for a reason. I need something from you, you need something from me. Let's meet in the middle. For some of you, this is going to be shown, before this happens, it's going to be shown to you in a dream. You may even have a hint in your dream what's about to happen. But there is something that you want to build together, or something that you're going to talk together about that has a potential to have long-lasting potential. I'm just hearing long-lasting potential. Something that I plant and it grows, and we both can grow something together. We both need each other's skill, as well as our personalities work well together because we're very different, but we have a similar vision. What is this Ace of Pentacles about? What is this Ace of Pentacles about, please? Why someone's worried? Why is someone worried? And we have the Seven of Cups. Someone is wondering if what they're proposing to the other person, if they have other options, or if they have better opportunities or better offers coming from someone else. And it makes them feel worried because they're very passionate to start it with this other person. There's something that they're very hyped about, and they would love to invest their time and energy into this, but they're not certain if this other person has better opportunities or if what they're offering is good enough. And with that, what I'm sensing here, someone is gonna have to sit back and reevaluate, reflect on themselves a little bit. Something that makes one person feel anxious. At the same time, if they are reflective enough, it opens doors for self-evaluation. Why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling this way? Okay, let's pull from Magic of You Oracle. Where is that deck? Let me see. Here we go. What is important next week and a half? We have protection, set personal boundaries. Some of you, I feel like you've learned how to do it already. And there's going to be an instance where you're going to show, you might even act as an example to someone else or inspiration, how to set healthy boundaries with people. I feel like you've learned this already. Or at least next week and a half, you're going to have a situation where you have a chance to get better at setting personal boundaries. You know what I'm getting here? If I'm nice, does not mean I am naive. I am just polite to you. So do not cross my boundaries and try and use my niceness. And I feel like someone's even going to say that to the other person. What are we leaving behind? What are we leaving behind? Let's see what flipped. Sorry, this card has seen a lot, if you can tell. Most of my decks are very well kept, but this deck I've taken with myself, maybe there's a reason I'm telling you this, by the beach, and you're gonna laugh at this. It's not that sea or rain fucked up this card. No, I had these cards in my bag and water spilled in the bag. And it was just a whole mess. It was a mess. But there is memory right here. I'll always remember that trip by the sea, and it was awesome. Okay, you belong to paradise. I feel like you're looking at life from a more realistic perspective the next week and a half. Especially if you're gonna come across someone who's only maybe into this love and light, unicorns and fucking butterflies, you know. You're able to shine some light, very real. You're being very real with someone. And you're understanding that life is not all about let's manifest the next great thing, let's focus on the positive, like that toxic positivity and all of that BS, right? Do these things to manifest this, do those things to manifest that. You're being very real the next week, and I feel like this is going to be not only that you're very clear-headed how to set your goals and how to start walking towards them without distractions, but you also, I keep getting that you act as an example to someone else. You are a good influence. I'm seeing someone taking someone who's floating upwards. They don't land on a freaking ground. You're taking them and you're putting them down, and you go, how does it feel to be grounded? How does it feel to be here and now? How does it feel to look at life for what it is? How does it feel to be real? Or maybe someone else is doing that for you. Okay, what else do we have? What else do we have? Pile number 1. What are we improving next week and a half? What are we improving or have a chance to improve on? What are we improving or have a chance to improve on? It feels like you have a better structure, especially those who had issues with managing their finances or didn't know exact steps. What is it that I can do next in order for me to get more stability in my life? It can be financial stability, but it can be emotional stability too, right? Or both. You're much clearer with your actions. How do I get from point A to B? And what do I really need to do? You're very action-oriented. You're not waiting around for someone to do shit for you. You're very action-oriented. You know exactly what's your plan and you are executing it. So those who had issues with, if you were kind of like, now push and pull energy, I don't know what to do, I'm not going to start something unless I'm sure about it. You have a chance to stop doing that, because I feel like some of you have done it too often and you waited for some sort of confirmation outside of you in order to start acting. Next week, you realize that you have to act on something in order to gain this stability. Now, what are we leaving behind? What we outgrown and we have a chance to leave behind. What have we outgrown, pile 1, and we have a chance to leave behind. There is this understanding that I can work smarter, not harder. There is something changing about your structure, your techniques, plan. Some of you are outgrowing an old job. Okay? Yeah, work smarter, not harder. So the information that you have, the expertise, experiences that you have, knowledge that you have, you're using it in order to accelerate you. Instead of using more force, you're using more of your knowledge. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense here. So, a very interesting week. Pile number 1. I really love this no bullshit type of energy about you. If this is you, leave me a sword in the comment. If you want to. You don't have to. Also, if you need extra content, I have Patreon if you want to join me there. And I have a second channel. All info is down in the description box, and have an ass-kicking week. I'm sure you will. Bye for now. Hello tribe, pile number 1 people. Let's see what is up with you next week and a half. Let me just tap into this card that you've chosen, and then we're going to pull from tarot. Quite specific. Make sure I'm seeing specific situation. I'm just gonna jump into this. Make sure your pockets are zipped, because I'm seeing someone putting their keys in their pocket, and they lose it. So some of you may have to be a little bit more focused, because I'm seeing distractions. I'm seeing you very busy. And you know when you sometimes you don't consciously know what you're doing, it's just very automatic, subconscious. When people sometimes don't remember how they came back home, right? They were thinking about all the other things, or they don't remember where they placed their keys because they were thinking about all other things. They were tapped out a bit, out of their consciousness, not very focused. And I'm seeing a situation here where someone is so distracted, but they're thinking about something that is not really influential at that time anymore. It should not be thought about. It's done and over with, I'm hearing. Life the next week and a half is going to ask you to take a moment to breathe. Take a moment to breathe instead of distracting yourself, or instead of, I'm hearing escapism. Maybe using some sort of coping mechanisms that don't really help you, but you think you do, but you think they do. I'm also seeing someone flying, because I'm seeing a hot air balloon. I'm seeing maybe some of you are going to experience that specifically, but I'm seeing someone flying. So you may expect a trip next week and a half, or you're planning one for the future. And I feel like that trip, and I'm seeing a butterfly, okay, hints. That trip, you're gonna come back from that trip, doesn't matter if it's a weekend getaway or if it's a 2-week length holiday, you're gonna come back different from it. And we all come back from holiday different. That's not what I mean. Different, big time. There is something that is changing energetically once you are out there. And let's dive into it. Let's see what cards have to say. What do we need to know about or talk about for pile number 2 for the next week and a half? We have the 8 of Swords. Yeah, we talked about you may be a little bit too much in your head. Tapped out. Remember how I said tapped out? I don't see where I'm going. I don't know. I don't remember my trip back home. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the High Priestess. We have the Queen of Swords. Okay, good. You're coming back to clarity here. Bottom of the deck, we have the Justice. I want to clarify these cards. Let's see. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Knight of Swords is clarified by the Magician. High Priestess is clarified by the Ten of Wands. Queen of Swords is clarified by the Nine of Cups. Okay, let me sit with this for a minute. Okay, what's being shown here? Some of you will have to do a little bit of housekeeping when it comes to your energy body or your household. Because what I'm seeing specifically here, I'm seeing someone who has borrowed energies that are not theirs. And they're going to have to do a bit of cleansing because otherwise they're not able to connect. They're not able to tap into their intuition or get a clear download because they have overwhelmed themselves with the external. Whatever is not part of you. Now, this could be due to, because I saw people being busy the next week and a half. This might be due to responsibilities. All the things I'm thinking about, there is so much to do. And you overwhelm yourself in that way. That's why you're going to have to rejuvenate. But for a lot of you who work in a field that's either esoteric or you work with energies, you may be mediums, you are going to have to do, it's up to you, don't have to, but that's what I'm seeing. In order to connect better, you are cleansing. Maybe there's one specific situation that made you feel overwhelmed or thrown you off lately and made you feel a little bit disconnected or somehow threatened your independence. And you're going to find ways how to come back to yourself. Next week, be sure to set clear intentions. What is it that is your priority? A lot of you are working on your priorities. I'm seeing a list. That is the most important thing that I'm going to invest my most time and energy in. And then everything else goes after. And those who will do that, I'm seeing that you're going to celebrate some sort of accomplishment. You might even invite people to celebrate with you. It can be symbolic. It can be a massive gathering. Doesn't matter. But I'm seeing someone celebrating what I've achieved. It could be someone receiving a call back from a job. I'm seeing a paper, maybe receiving a good grade, or something is being stamped that you want to celebrate. You're like, look at this. I was able to acquire this all on my own. Celebrating some sort of manifestation that you worked your ass off on. I don't even want to call it a manifestation, to be honest, because there's a lot of there are a lot of things out there about manifestation. Do this and you're gonna manifest that. You sit on a couch, visualize. You know me. I don't buy that stuff. Here someone has worked their ass off on this, and whoever is trying to achieve something that somehow makes you feel independent, not tied to maybe a big corporation or not tied to someone else in some way. First of all, you're being shown what else you can do in order to improve that, improve your strategy, improve your technique. And once you get a grasp of what it is, you straight away work on it, get better at it, do a bit of cleansing, sit with yourself, tap into your intuition. And it feels like you're using both the logic and the intellect and the intuition. And those two marry one another. And you're able to achieve something that you wanted for a long time. So wish fulfillment is on the horizon, that is for sure. And that's something that you deserve, let me tell ya. Okay, let's see what else. What are we outgrowing next week and a half? What have we outgrown? Or have a chance to outgrow next week and a half? Have a chance to outgrow. Let's see. You're looking at success slightly differently. Now, I'm not going to try and explain that to you because for all of you it's going to be different. You're looking at your success differently. So I have acquired this now. How do I feel about it? Because before I thought, if I only get this, I will be that, or things will be that way. You are somehow changing your view on what is the successful life. What are we outgrowing? Some of you all, what I'm getting with this, it feels like maybe before you thought that you needed a companion that's able to, Four of Pentacles in the bottom, to provide to you something physically or something that is material. And it feels like your point of view is changing somehow on that. So a simple example I can give you. Someone who would say, I need, would it be a business partner? Would it be, well, business partner? No. I'd say a friendship or a romantic partnership. I need someone who is successful in what they do and they are financially very stable. They get a person like that walks into their life and they realize that that person has exactly what they wanted, but there are things lacking when it comes to maybe moral compass, or something that is very much of a value to you, that is a priority that you did not realize that was a priority for you, that this person does not have. For example, integrity, compassion for other people. And you go, you know what? No, let me rethink this. I had a taste of that. I actually feel like what is really important for me is to be surrounded or be in the presence of someone who, first of all, has shitloads of compassion for other people. And then the success comes next. Financial, career-wise, right? Where they are on that ladder of the career. So there is something shifting in that regard here that we are outgrowing. Or a bit of a different story. What I thought was equal give and take versus what I think now is quite different. Okay, now let's see what we are improving, what we have a chance to improve on. What we improving or we have a chance to improve on. Okay. Okay, there's one particular relationship that dynamic is changing here, I'm seeing. This is not for all of you. I want to say it does feel that way. I was waiting for someone to come through. I'm not waiting no more. And that's all I'm being told. I was waiting for someone to come through. I'm not waiting no more. Split the deck, the Chariot, moving forward, okay? So I hope this made sense, pile number 2. If you need extra content, I have Patreon if you want to meet me there. And for the rest of you, have a beautiful week. Until the next one. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3 people. Let's see what is up. Whoever has chosen this abstract card here, let me just tap in, let's see. I'm hearing slipping away. Something is slipping away from my fingers. But what's interesting is that I'm seeing a hand that's trying to hold on to something, but the hand itself, it's oily. That is why it's slipping away out of my fingers. Let's see where the star takes us. Okay. How can it not slip away if your hand is dirty? So as if we're being reflected back to self-evaluation. I have to first of all I have to take care of myself and be clean in order to be able to hold on to that. How can we hold on to something that we are not a match to? And so this is definitely calling someone out. So for example, a person walks into, I don't know why I'm seeing such a stupid example, but here we are, a stupid vision. There is a gathering in someone's house. And all people come through at the same time. Right? So say 5 people walk into someone's house. And you take your friend with you, and that friend is not familiar with the person whose house it is. And they walk into their kitchen and they go, damn, like the sink is greasy. But their own house is a fucking mess. Okay? So there is something to do with judgment here that is being reflected back to someone. Now, this could be you, this could be someone that you're dealing with. I don't like what I see because I myself don't like that about myself. Okay, let's see. Let's see what is up next week and a half. Self-awareness is being highlighted here very much. Okay. Self-awareness. So we have 6 of Swords, Page of Wands, 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords. We have the Queen of Swords, and let's get clarifying here. So 6 of Swords is clarified by the Tower. Page of Wands is clarified by the 7 of Swords. 10 of Swords is clarified by the 8 of Pentacles. 3 of Swords is clarified by the 4 of Pentacles. Queen of Swords is clarified by the Justice. It's quite a karmic week here. Ace of Swords at the bottom. Whoever was unfair purposely, intentionally, unfair to the other person. We have universal balance at play, meaning karma. Now, what I do see here, any gossip that was happening, it may come to light. Someone who was unfair, someone who was deceptive, because I'm hearing liar, liar, pants on fire, is going to be seen. And I feel like some people will not like that, because someone has the perception on the other person that does not match the reality of their personality. And someone is being struck by lightning in order to open their eyes up. And it feels like someone didn't want to see the situation for what it actually was, so that they kept lying, maybe to themselves even. And next week, we're being shown what we did not want to look at for a while. A simple example I could give you, someone who's like, oh my God, that person is so nice, or my partner is so amazing, and they keep finding excuses to stay with someone that is obviously not good for them and treats them like shite. And next week, there is no running away from it. Next week, everything is being highlighted. We cannot hide it. We are even being shown ourselves that we need to wake the fuck up. So it's a really good week to gain freaking clarity. And especially those people who are self-reflective, you're going to be quite grateful at the end of this, because you go, okay, bring it on. I just want clarity. I just want to see things for what they are, because I don't dump my responsibility on someone else. I want to dive deeper. I want to know myself. I want to know what I'm not good at still, so give it to me. I want to progress. I want to explore. I want to expand. I'm seeing changes now, jumping into specifics here, changes in your work life. If you were holding on to a job and you knew deep down that it was not good for you anymore, and your body started maybe acting up, you felt that you're not feeling even physically good going to work, next week and a half, you're going to be shown what you have to be shown. I'm not gonna jump into specifics here. What you have to be shown. Those who are holding on to the past hurting themselves over and over and over again, what maybe the person who hurt them is not even in their life anymore, they're also getting a wake-up call. Like, this is not happening anymore. You make it happen. You're on a loop. Let's stop doing this. You're the one who's got to release yourself from the situation. You're the one who's holding yourself into that hurt. Let's acknowledge what it is, learn what we have to learn, close the door, moving on. Six of Swords, moving on. This is the week when we get in clarity at its best, and some people will not like that, especially those who want to believe in things that they want to believe in, because it's comfortable. Okay, because it's comfortable. So you may even notice that in your surroundings. If this is not you, this is happening in your surroundings, but someone who is very close to you, because we're reading for you here, right? It means that that person has very close proximity to you, and it somehow affects you. Okay, no lies, no bullshit. We see it for what it is. Someone is very blunt. Listen, the Justice and the Queen of Swords, I'm going to tell you how it is. And you can do whatever the fuck you want to do with this information. All I'm doing is bringing clarity. That's all. You know, this reminds me, Devil Wears Prada. Meryl Streep. That's all. That's all. Yeah, look, come on now. Like, whatever was unseen, whatever was unclear is being shown very clearly. Any delusions that someone may have had, we're not delusional anymore. Okay? We're not delusional anymore. Great stuff. Let's go. 8 of Cups. You literally, you're walking away from deception here. You're like, nah, I've seen that, been there, done that. Someone, like, in this pile, it feels like someone would want to curse, and I'm trying to stop myself here. I'm trying to stop, like, I'm like, because otherwise this would be a very messy reading. Let me tell you. That would be a very messy reading. I don't want to work on this relationship anymore because I've been hurt over and over again. You lied to me, you cheated, I wasn't sure where you stand. You don't provide a sense of emotional stability or security to me. I don't feel safe being in a relationship with you. I'm done. Whatever connection this is, work-wise, relationship-wise, romantically, platonically, does not matter. Big endings next week. I said next. So for some of you, this might be 2 weeks from now that this is happening, or throughout the next couple of weeks. Okay? Someone really wants to protect their sense of security, their sense of stability, because they're not getting it where they're at next week and a half. And they're ready to explore what the world has to offer. Okay, let's take these cards back. Let's see. Oh, it's very clear what we outgrowing here, so I'm not going to ask this question because I did ask this question for all other piles. It's very clear what we outgrowing. Lying to the self, or being surrounded by people who don't have the best intentions. Okay, what do we have a chance to improve on? Clarity, damn, light bulb moments, dun dun dun. If someone was not seeing the red flags before, they will be seeing it very clearly next week and a half. Or the road signs, yeah, what we have a chance to improve on. We're realizing what was actually keeping us anxious, what was the source of our anxiety, or what was the source of our depression even. I'm getting the environment that I was in. But again, it's not that someone is dumping this responsibility onto someone else. Like, this is because of the environment, or I stayed there because of this person. We do things that we want to do. We can always walk out. We can always start new. We are in charge of our actions, right? There is here, someone is improving. I want to say their connection to their heart, but once they realize what is disconnecting them from their heart space, or not allowing them to tap in, what is that disconnect? How was it created and when? And someone slowly is finding their way back to themselves, and that allows you to feel more connected, more intuitive, more assertive of where you're going next. Some of you might have no freaking clue what I'm talking about here just yet, and it's okay because we're tapping into the future. But yeah, split deck, we have the Two of Swords. Decisions will be made the next week that will be very impactful in your life. Okay? So if you need more content, I have Patreon if you want to join me there. And for the rest of you, have an ass-kicking week. Bye for now.